When someone is living with chronic pain, stiffness, or inflammation, one concern rises above all others. How long will it take before I feel better? If you're considering EMTT, extracorporeal magnetotransduction therapy, it's natural to wonder how many sessions you'll need and when you'll start seeing improvements. The good news is that EMTT works quickly for many people and creates changes that continue long after treatment has ended. But healing is not a one-size-fits-all. Hello, my name is Dr. Beth Templin and I am the CEO and founder of HouseFit. This video will walk you through the factors that influence the number of EMTT sessions you may need, the typical treatment timeline, what results to expect, and how EMTT fits into a larger regenerative strategy for aging adults. Our promise: clarity, honesty, and realistic expectations based on hundreds of cases we've treated here in St. Louis. Before discussing numbers, it helps to understand why EMTT works best when delivered as a series of treatments. EMTT uses high-frequency, high-energy magnetic fields to stimulate cellular metabolism, circulation, ion exchange, collagen regeneration, and anti-inflammatory activity. But healing at the cellular level is cumulative. Just like you don't get stronger from one workout, you don't fully reverse chronic inflammation or tissue damage in a single session. Each EMTT treatment provides a dose of regenerative energy that builds upon the previous one. Think of EMTT like charging a battery. One charge helps, but multiple charges build long-lasting power. This is why a structured treatment sequence leads to the best results. So while treatment is always personalized, most adults fall into one of these categories. So for mild to moderate conditions, we recommend 6 to 8 sessions. This is ideal for early arthritis, tendon irritation, mild back or hip pain, and flare-ups of chronic conditions, recovery from overuse injuries. People in this group often feel improvement early and require fewer total sessions. Then we have our moderate to severe conditions, and this can be anywhere from 8 to 12 sessions. This is ideal for long-standing arthritis, persistent tendon issues, chronic back or SI joint pain, hip or shoulder degeneration, recurring inflammation, and pain that has been persistent for months to years. This is actually the most common range for adults 50 plus. If you have something really complex or multiple sites that we need to address, it could be anywhere from 10 to 16 sessions. This is ideal for people who have arthritis in multiple joints, who have pain in both their spine and their hips. And then we have people with complex or multiple site issues. Here we might recommend 10 to 16 sessions. This is ideal for people with multiple joint arthritis, spine and hip combinations, chronic systemic inflammation, slow tissue healing, severe mobility restrictions. These cases can often benefit from combining EMTT with shockwave or physical therapy. So how often should you get EMTT? We typically recommend coming in 1 time a week during the initial treatment phase. Some clients will choose a monthly or a bi-weekly EMTT as a maintenance program to protect their mobility and prevent flare-ups, especially for chronic arthritis. Another question we get is, when do people start noticing results? This is one of the most exciting parts of EMTT. Most people notice improvement within 2 to 4 sessions. So what improves first? We hear things like less morning stiffness, less swelling, improved comfort with walking, ability to stand longer, ease of movement, reduced pain with activity, and reduced tenderness around the joints. The majority of clients report, I can move so much easier already. I feel lighter. My joints feel calmer. Or I woke up with less stiffness today. These early changes motivate people and build confidence in the process. Now, every person heals uniquely, but here's the general pattern we see in our St. Louis clinic. Weeks 1 and 2 is calming of the fire. So inflammation begins to decrease, pain becomes less sharp, movement feels slightly more fluid, and people begin to trust the process. Many will feel some change after the first session. Weeks 2 to 3 is kind of the mobility awakening phase. Range of motion improves, stiffness begins to fade, getting out of chairs, out of the car, or out of bed becomes easier, walking feels smoother, and those with arthritis often say that mornings are noticeably more comfortable. Weeks 3 to 4 we call the regeneration phase. Tendons feel stronger, joints tolerate more activity, swelling continues to improve, pain levels decrease significantly, people begin returning to activities they avoided, and this is where EMTT's deeper effects become more obvious. And weeks 4 to 6 are the momentum phase. Weeks 4 through 6 are the momentum phase. This is where we see lasting improvements solidify, functional strength increases, especially when you pair it with physical therapy. Joints feel younger, more resilient, and many people begin reducing medications. You'll see improved activity tolerance, and by this stage, most clients feel dramatically better than when they started. Now, this is why some people might need more sessions than others. Healing really does depend on the condition of the tissue involved and your overall health. You may need more EMTT sessions if you have long-standing arthritis, have a chronic tendon issues, so that's something that's been going on for 6 or more months, have a condition affecting multiple joints, have high levels of inflammation, have a job or lifestyle that aggravates your symptoms, have poor circulation, have delayed healing related to age or to medical history, have had prior surgeries in that area. These factors simply mean your tissue needs more regenerative support, not that EMTT isn't working. Signs that EMTT is working for you would be the following. And here's how you'll know that the process is taking effect. You would report less morning pain, decreased stiffness, improved walking tolerance, better ability to stand, an easier time climbing stairs, more range of motion, less swelling, reduced reliance on medication, more confidence in the joint, and even small improvements early on are signs of deeper cellular changes underway. So what if you don't notice the results right away? Well, some people, especially those in severe chronic inflammation, need a longer ramp-up period. And this is normal. Here's why. Healing depends on cumulative energy, not just one session. So just like taking antibiotics, it takes multiple doses to work. EMTT builds power with repetition. Our experience shows that even people who feel nothing in first often feel the greatest gains by weeks 3 or 4. Consistency is really key. And EMTT works beautifully on its own, but combining therapies creates synergy. So EMTT plus shockwave is perfect for tendon issues, shoulder and hip problems, plantar fascia irritation, chronic soft tissue issues. Shockwave stimulates collagen remodeling, while EMTT calms the inflammation and supports cellular repair. In addition, we might recommend EMTT plus physical therapy, and this is ideal for arthritis, spinal issues, hip and knee mobility problems, weakness from years of compensation. EMTT works to better prepare the tissue so that physical therapy can work better and faster. EMTT paired with strength training is great for adults wanting independence. This combination really helps to build resilience, confidence, balance, long-term stability. EMTT makes exercise safer and more effective. People often ask what happens after you finish your initial EMTT series. Well, you have options depending on your goals. You can move into a maintenance plan. Some people choose monthly EMTT to manage chronic arthritis or prevent flare-ups. You can add PT or strength training to build on your gains. This is the best option, we think, for long-term independence. Or you can just come back if your symptoms return. Some people feel so good that they simply return only when needed. You might choose to combine EMTT with shockwave periodically, and this is really especially helpful for tendon issues. There really is no one right path. Your plan is customized. So how do we determine your ideal number of sessions? Well, at HouseFit, your plan is always personalized. We consider the severity of your condition, how long you've had symptoms, the tissue irritability, your age and healing capacity, your goals, whether that's walking, stairs, travel, pickleball, etc., how your body responds to the first few sessions. We will reassess regularly and adjust the plan as needed. So you're never forced into a rigid program. You receive exactly the care your body requires. The bottom line, most adults notice results within weeks and improvements keep building. EMTT is one of the most encouraging therapies for chronic pain, simply because it works quickly, it builds momentum, it addresses the root cause, it doesn't hurt, it requires no downtime, and it helps aging adults to heal naturally. So if you're ready to feel less stiffness, move more easily, walk with more confidence, or regain strength to do the things you love to do, EMTT may be exactly what your body needs. Ready to start your journey? Let's begin. So at HouseFit, you can expect a clear treatment plan, a compassionate expert team, a free EMTT consultation, and a personalized regenerative program. You deserve healing that supports your independence, mobility, and quality of life. Let's help you get there one session at a time.